Welcome to another interesting episode of CiFi 101, where we are talking about trade finance, sustainability, and the evolving global marketplace. And as promised, we are also making efforts to bring in groundbreaking projects. And today I'm excited to talk about one such project. As you are aware, I'm your host, Venubora, and as always, it's my pleasure to invite my co-host, in-house trader, finance expert, Andréa, to the show. Welcome, brother.
Thanks, Venom. Great to be here
Great.
again after a few days and to share ideas, insights, gentlemen. So one more on the road, Venom. Great to be here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And today, as mentioned, we are diving into an interesting project. And before that, I'd like to introduce the party here. I'm joined by Sammy Browsery. So he's the marketing head and a customer success manager at Circularity Finance. And of course, I'm also joined by Vlad, who would be talking about his project today. So welcome, Vlad. Welcome, Sammy. So in today's episode, we will be diving into the project called ElectroWizy, a project which is trying to seamlessly blend finance with gaming, a very innovative approach to real-world assets, NFT, and of course, transforming investments into engaging gamified experiences. All right, that also promises both excitement and substantial returns. All right, a quick introduction to the project, and I'll let Vlad speak about it, and also along with that, introduce himself and what he brings to the project. So, ElectroWizy is an innovative project that merges realms of finance and gaming through real-world asset NFTs. The platform aims to simplify access to real-world assets by allowing users to purchase NFTs that represent these assets, um, which then contribute to a pool generating approximately 20% annual returns. Of course, Vlad can correct me if I'm wrong. So this is a unique approach to finance and gaming together, which aims to democratize investment opportunities and also integrate different kinds of engagement levels, gamification to be precise. All right. So welcome again. Let's start with introducing Vlad. So welcome, Vlad, to the show, and over to you. Please introduce yourself and help us understand what problem does ElectroWizy try to solve.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for inviting to such a lovely podcast. And yes, you were right about 20%. This is exactly to what we are offering to our customers. And speaking about me and my role in the project, I'm the CEO and co-founder. Mainly what I do precisely on the project is taking care of economical side of the entire product and basically how our ecosystem functions. Since ElectroWizy is not just a game, it's the whole ecosystem of different products which all together making basically a project. So speaking about problems which we are solving, I think we can focus on three main ones. So first one is that RWAs is hard to access. First of all, there is a very high entry point, especially when we're speaking about businesses like real estate, renewable energy, fossil fuels, or any other high entry point businesses. So we are lowering this up to, I would say, $50. And second thing is lack of green projects and lack of, I would say, impactful investments in crypto. What I mean by that is when we're investing in crypto, we usually invest or in some NFT or in some idea, technology, but usually it's not something what directly impact our world. And our idea is focusing on real world assets, investment in them, and directly impacting our world. So this is what we call impactful investment. And third problem, which we aim to solve, is it's more actually not problem rather an opportunity, it's no RWA gamify. What I mean by that is really there is no project of our scale or even just a project with same concept which aims to combine gamification and RWA. And we see this as actually not just a problem and opportunity. It's more like a future where games, especially crypto games, should go on. Especially, of course, I will explain it a little bit more in details, but this is 3 topics I would like to highlight.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I would love to understand a bit more about the project. And let's probably try to understand, and I would probably ask my team to know about. So let me just bring in Sammy here, and of course Andrea. So a quick introduction from Sammy, and then of course we'll move to Andrea with his first question to understand the project. Welcome, Sammy.
Hey Vanu, hey Andrea, hey Vlad, thank you for having me here.
Sammy.
Hey everyone. Yeah, a little bit about me. I'm working with the team at Circularity Finance. I'm helping when it comes to business development and basically getting great projects like ElectroWizy's onto the platform where we can help each other essentially. So I've been speaking to Vlad and Noah for the past couple months, as well as the other members of the team, and they have a great project. There's a lot of things that are in the pipelines, and I'm not going to spill the beans necessarily right now, but we've got some big things coming up next week. So I'm really looking forward to that, and looking forward to asking Vlad some questions and getting a bit more information to the public about what they're doing and how they're trying to help.
Fantastic, Sammy. Great job on setting this up, and I'm well, more than happy to kind of have you guys on the platform today. All right. So Andrea, so
Yes, sir.
what do you think about the project?
Oh, I
What do you
think
have
it's an
about the
amazing
project?
one. Since inception, see the project, I had Vlad, I had Naor. Talking with them is an amazing one. And I think it's really in line with what circularity finance is doing. So that's the right match between the two. Now, not being a technical guy, I would love to understand a few things first, Vlad, from your end. First thing, how does ElectroWizy leverage Web3 technology in order to increase accessibility to the real world assets? You know, to this market actually, and for a wider audience of investor. What's your plan of action into this?
Sure. So speaking of which, as I mentioned earlier, we tend to make RWA more accessible. And how we do it is actually, there is a lot of way which we're using. So first of all, what is our project? Our project is a game by playing which you are managing your real world assets and getting income from them. So, and this is nice, but some, let's say, more passive investor or investor who just want to put money somewhere and don't care about them and just getting returns, he would say, I don't want to play the game, but I like your idea that you're lowering entry point and there is less, let's say, legal headache with KYC and other stuff. We try to do flow for users as easy as possible, taking the hard part on us as a business. We offer also other options such as staking and purchasing of NFTs on our marketplace. And in this way, we cover different audiences, audience which want to invest less but spend time more on the project. They can play a game. It's also applicable for users who want to earn more and ready to spend time and money. They also can play a game. But users who don't want to spend too much time but still want to get returns and get benefits of our project, they're able to go to staking. And actually, it's not, let's say, one way to go solution. If you do any of these options, you get benefits and bonuses on other. So, for example, if you just participated in staking, perfect. You right now will get some discounts on marketplace. What does it mean? It means that you have discounts on NFTs which needed to play our game, which is mean you're lowering your entry point to the game even lower, which is nice. So in this way, we encourage our users to participate in every aspect of our ecosystem and get as much profit as possible from it. And all this, again, I will repeat, less than $50. And speaking of percentages, when we're speaking about RWA, we usually speak about, let's say, maybe 5 to 8, sometimes 10% annual returns. It's quite good. It's better than in some banks if we're speaking about real world. But to be honest, it sounds like a joke in crypto, unfortunately. And in order to solve it, we need to offer more compatible percentages. So we achieving it through basket of real world assets. We coming to our partners, we're getting special offers to their closed or exclusive RWA pools, which offer us higher percentages, and we forming a basket of such real-world assets, much like ETF, I would say. And in this way, we offering percentages up to 20%. Usually, I would say 14, 15. And this is our, let's say, start for the project.
Very impressive, Vlad. I'm really in love with what you're doing, guys. So you mentioned a few things that ring me a bell. First of all, DAO, this magic word. Why did you decide to set this up, and how will your DAO is gonna work?
Good. So actually, as any, I would say, good project, it's not only about the idea of the product, it's more about the team and our values. And one of the values of our team, and something what's basically tied together everything where I've been involved, it was transparency and security. What I mean by that, sorry, more like open source. This is more right word for this. What I mean by that is I am and our team, we truly think that community is the key metric and key people who are able to determine where a project should go. And with this in mind, we always try to make our products open source and transparent as possible. Thanks to crypto, actually, we already done some job in these terms, but to go further, we think that implementing DAO is the right way to go. And I will explain a lot more how we imagine it, but shortly answering on your question is just because we value self-governance and community and think they are the right people who helping any business to go in the right direction and eventually succeed.
Very good point. Community is essential, especially in crypto. Absolutely.
Great.
And an amazing point. Sorry, Venom, go ahead.
No, I was saying, absolutely agree with your point, Vlad. So, well, you talked about community, which is really important for a project like this, which eventually means that you need to have good partnerships and also to have, people that can come together, make it a good success. Just curious to understand what partnerships or collaborations does this project already have, and what's in for the future?
Sure. So speaking about our partnerships, I would say from the biggest and important one, first one is that we are backed by MineHub, which is directly connected, and we are partnered with IXSwap, namely Asaf for helping us with everything which is touching related to project or business decisions. So they are providing us much needed help in some, let's say, solutions and ways, since working with RWA requires a lot of legal considerations and generally technology about how to implement it as easy for users as possible. Because to be honest, when you want to make something easy for user, it will eventually be very hard for you technology team to do it at the end. But this is what we are doing, and thanks to MineHub and IXSwap, we are moving toward it. We also got important partnership with Chainlink, who supporting us in a technology way, and of course, since we on this podcast, you are our important partners in circularity finance, and DAO is, as I mentioned, one of our key points in the entire project. And thanks to you, we are able to implement it earlier than we planned, to be honest, since it requires much more technology and resources to make it. And thanks to you, it's just easier. And considering other partnerships, there is big names such as LCX, RWA Inc., XDC here in some point. And also we have a bunch of RWA partnerships, since, as I mentioned, they are essential for our business model. This is Zero Citizen. RWA Inc. actually goes there, and IXSwap providing, by itself, it RWA company, which provide access to different pools. So this is pretty much it.
Good
Awesome.
points. Yeah.
Awesome. These are all great partnerships and much required. Now, let's understand a bit more about our relationship. Now, I'd just like to understand how the partnership of circularity happened, and what does circularity bring to the project on table?
So speaking about it, I would say we spoke a long time ago. Couple months ago, we started just speaking. We explored how we can help together. It's all started from exploring ways to get access to different RWA pools, but eventually we discussed more options such as DAO, in which we are seeing the future of our project as well. And basically starting from simple partnership discussion about RWAs, it's grown up to full-scale collaboration and implementation of the DAO.
Fantastic. Well, I think this is a moment where Sami, if you can, maybe take a couple of minutes to explain what circularity is actually doing in terms of DAO and how is it benefiting ElectroWizy. That'll be fantastic, and then we can ask a couple of questions on experience in using the platform from Vlad.
Of course.
Of course, Lenny, thank you. So obviously, for people that aren't aware, the circularity finance offers a range of like no code, low code solutions for SMEs as a microeconomy toolkit where businesses can basically utilize the tools on there and transition their business onto Web3 if they're already not on Web3. One of the cool features that we have is we have a DAO Genesis tool, which allows the platform to basically have as many DAOs as they possibly want on there. So obviously, ElectroWizy is going to be launching their DAO, and what that's going to allow is it's going to allow proposals, so people in their community are going to be able to vote on things in the direction of where the company can go. There's going to be governance, and of course, there's going to sort of be entry level membership into a DAO where people that hold a certain NFT are going to be able to have access to certain things. It's almost like it's token gated. They can obviously choose to run it how they want, whether it's more centralized, whether it becomes decentralized. That's totally up to them. But it's a great way to not only manage your wealth on the platform, as it's a wealth management platform essentially, but also be able to give the key people in your community a voice and let them be heard, which is amazing. So I think that's one of the main reasons why the team at ElectroWizy wanted to utilize the CiFi platform, just because of how easy it is to use and obviously for the governance and for the voting rights.
Amazing.
I can
All
only
right.
agree with this.
Well, I'm so glad you found that match, Vlad. This is very good. So, Andrea, any question from your
Absolutely.
end?
I was about to step in abruptly. Sorry for doing this. Talking about the future of land, what is your master plan? What are you going to do in terms of we've got a roadmap ahead of you. What's going to be the next step? in your master plan? Would love to understand this. We've talked so far what's been done so far, but hey, it's going to happen in the short term and maybe in the midterm.
Yeah, sure. So speaking of what we currently doing is correct. We preparing to launch our DAO, and coupled with this, we are adding early launch of our alpha, and I would say exclusive launch only for participants of our DAO. So this is two major events for us. And the third one is we are currently running a sale of our very first NFTs. It's basically free to get. You getting them by completing certain tasks and accumulating points. And after that, you can go and swap these points on tokens and purchase NFT box on our marketplace. But this is what is currently we're doing. And after that, we aiming to basically, first of all, launch, polish the alpha, get the feedback, and launch beta based on this. And second thing is we tend to invest in RWA. Let's say for now we only building the partnership and the infrastructure. We're running a local test, but it's more like a technical stuff. And right now we want to launch our full commitment and investment to RWAs of our partners. We already prepared technologies for this, and currently we are on discussing stage. And once we will done with this, we will showcase our model and basically MVP of our model. I would say that everything works as it tend to. And of course, we will continue developing the main game and ecosystem around it, which is consist about marketplace, referral program, and actually mini game in Telegram. A couple of words about this I will say a little bit later, but basically this is our master plan, and closer to the beta, which is the next step after the alpha, which is right now, we aiming to make a launch of the game with token generation event and all this beautiful stuff which comes to any crypto project at some point.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is what conquers me the most. Sorry, Venel, you wanted to
Oh,
add
well, I was
something?
just acknowledging the same. This sounds fantastic. So, Vlad, I have a curious question on behalf of our listeners. Now, how would you paint a picture for investors? You know, somebody who's trying to get onto the project, wants to invest, and then looking at different avenues. So would you probably paint a picture how the journey starts? That'll be good for our listeners too.
Sure. So since we are on relatively, I would say, early stage, this is a nice way and nice time to participate for anyone, since we offer more benefits than we will once we are launched. So the first step, it will obviously will go to the our website and connect your wallet. In this way, you will get access to your personal cabinet, from where you already can start making some tasks for which you get your points. And similar, in the similar page, you get access to our stacking, which is running right now. And this will be your first and the easiest option to invest. You just basically stake in our staking, and this is what you can do already. Second, and I would say this is more long-term investment for now, you keep doing your tasks on the website, and also you enter our mini game in Telegram. You start farming Wizy points, which eventually you will be able to swap to the token, test token right now, and purchase for them box. This box, NFT box, will provide you access, basically when you will be able to open it, and it will happen right before the launch of the game, you will get 5 different NFTs, which are essential to start playing the game. Because what the entire idea is that you come to our marketplace, you purchase different NFTs by different prices, and these prices is actually what forms your budget in terms of investment in RWA. So for example, you found the NFT of solar panel which cost $50 or $10 from other players, from us, no matter where. Perfect, you purchase it. So consider you invest $15 or $10 in RWA, and you will start to get income from it. So since right now we not yet launched, you are able to get these NFTs of solar panels, wind turbines, or whatever else right now, basically for free, just by being active in our community. And these boxes, once we'll be closer to launch, they will be sold for basically token. And if you want, you can, of course, open them or sell to other users as well. So this is your best opportunity to invest right now, basically with almost zero effort. And speaking about supporting the project and participating in it, as I mentioned, one way is staking. It's more a straight way. Another one, it will be DAO. But about this, I think we will speak also later when we will touch how our DAO will work.
All right, great way to put it down, Vlad. I'm glad that you did it. So this is very good. Now, I've heard you talking heavily about ESG-based investments or projects, getting visibility around that side, and your vision towards getting into that sort of projects for helping or benefiting the investors. Now, what's your thought process around that?
Can you please repeat the first one? Didn't hear too well.
No, no, I was just saying,
Ah.
your project, you did mention about environmental-based projects where the investments from the people getting on the project will be diverted, if I can say that, for the benefit. So what's your thought process into getting into different projects like that?
So speaking about getting into the environmental projects, I heard correct.
Correct, yes.
Yeah. So about this, we have several partners regarding it. And yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning about impactful investments, actually to answer on this question, I would like to come a little bit back to take a look on it from a far perspective. So our main real world asset, I think as understood from our context of conversation, is renewable energy. So our entire setting of the game and mechanics around which we're building it, it's all connected to real world assets, specifically renewable energy. So why renewable energy? Why not real estate or any other, maybe fossil fuels? Why not them? The thing is, if we look on the real market right now, we see that renewable energy is a top one direction and priority for all developed countries like USA, UK, China, Europe. They all moving towards renewable energy, and they putting a lot of investments and money into this business. And this eventually mirrors in crypto because tokenized renewable energy businesses in crypto, they see this influx of finance, and we see the growth of this market. So this market grows in the real world, and we providing access to this market through crypto. So basically, we're making a way to invest in this and get money from it, which is nice. And this is the main idea and direction why we wanted to look on this direction, not solely because of money, but to be honest, when we're speaking about ecology and the environment, people, of course, they will say, yeah, I care, or yeah, I'm happy that someone doing this, but not me, or yes, they care, but they don't do nothing almost. And it's totally understandable. No judgment here, absolutely. Myself is something like here. But when it's coupled with some benefits and rewards, which is in our case growing market and a lot of investments in this direction, this makes people more interested. Sorry, everything is users for product managers and sales.
Right.
But yeah, for people it's much more interesting, and because of this unique combination of rewards and good impact on environment, we see this as a very great direction for our project. And to be honest, on top of the all good stuff, it's truly right now is truly the time when renewable energy sees their sunrise. It was all the time, even in early 2000s, but fossil fuels took a bigger percentage of this market. Right now, we see it's very close to be equal. In some countries, it's even more. For example, Austria. And to be honest, in other, let's say, 5-10 years, considering that we are developing as a logarithmic, I would say, approach, we developing only faster. Maybe it will reach us faster when the renewable energy will take absolute major part of energy market. And all this is about why we decided to move towards these real world assets and why we see this as a profitable direction in terms of real world assets. Hope this answer on question, but yeah, I took a lot of time on it.
No problem. You did connect to the recent developments, and it is the right way of looking at, because uh, this is where we see a lot of projects, going towards renewable energy, and large investments are being done, and special interest from the governments as well. You're absolutely right, and that's where I think the project will shine. So. Lastly, I would just wanted to also understand that this is a project that's just starting, and I'm sure that the space that you're in has a lot of opportunities, right? So, what are your plans for future? If I would say 5 years down the line, where do you see the project, and what are you thinking about how expanding the project into?
Sure. So once we accomplished everything what we discussed right now, we're more speaking about that we cooperating with our partners, since first of all, it's actually important to mention we do not provide as a project direct ownership on assets. We rather just provide the income from these assets, but no legal ownership on it. I would say this is rewards and returns from real world assets. It's more important for most of the people rather than ownership on it, since even if they have partial ownership on something, they cannot truly sell it without other people. So what I'm saying here is that we are using our partners in order to get access to renewable energy and real world assets. Our long-term goal, and I would say some kind of a dream at the end, is that when you purchase something on our marketplace, for example, already mentioned solar panel, when you purchase it, you will be sure that this solar panel somewhere put it and worked and generating electricity, especially for you. And this is your own solar panel, but this is a long way to go in terms of legal stuff and in terms of economical and land stuff. But this is where we aim to be in a perspective of 1.5, 2 years. It's if all legal stuff will be solved very quickly. But in terms of the financial development of the project, I do believe that this is possible.
Awesome. Now, you just mentioned an important aspect here, about the ownership, right? You said that investors would get the returns, but not the ownership. So would you just clarify that portion, please?
Of course. So mainly how our business works. As I mentioned earlier, we searching for partners who are providing us access to profitable RWA pools, especially profitable. And we offer to them liquidity from our users and basically from our project, exposure to community. And I would say this is a win-win situation. And that's why we are friendly to everyone and friendly with everyone in RWA field and generally in crypto field. And this is a beautiful part of our project. And in this way, we are able to basically avoid all headache with legal stuff and KYCs and other stuff which can which can take
True.
but KYCs, to be honest, it's important, especially in such type of businesses. But this is just a way to deliver our idea faster and maybe more understandable for average user. So this is how it's working right now. Basically, we get access as a business, as a project, ElectroWizy, to this pool. Users who purchase our NFTs on our marketplace, revenue from these NFTs, they go directly to this pool and get back to the users with already mentioned around 15 to 20% annual returns. We as a business got a cut of 1.5% of it, and this is how it works. But we do not provide ownership because of this. We just offer access to such exclusive and profitable pools in which you otherwise won't be able to get, because or you're not qualified for this, or it's closed pool, or it's a very high entry point, around a couple $1,000, which is usually the case.
All right, great. So that basically means that your project basically ensures a gateway for investors and people interested to get better returns with access to different pools by providing liquidity to it. Is that the right way to look at it?
Yeah, it's a way. It's more a business way to look on it. In terms of user perspective, it will look like he just entered the game or the staking or marketplace. He purchased something, he plays, and he get returns. Everything what is behind through smart contracts and our open source code, also documentation. So if someone is interested how it's working under the hood, he is able to check it. But otherwise, if he just here for profit, he gets only profit.
Great, great. So you also covered my follow-up question. Thank you for that. So I was looking at understanding the security model of it. So would you probably, know, give your couple of cents on the security aspect of the project?
Yeah, sure. So actually, this is a huge point about our project and any project who is working with finance. So first of all, as I mentioned, in my opinion, one of the best way to ensure security, this is open source and transparency. Because of this, we are partnering with Chainlink, and we tend to do audit with them once we're launching. And in this way, we ensure our users that everything is secure and safe, and we constantly run checks and updates on our documentation. And we will do it, launch some new additions to this. I would say open source, transparency, audits with the correct partners. This is the way where we're going. And
Oh, that's fantastic.
actually, some more pro tip I would say about how we approach the security. Since we're working blockchain itself, it's quite secure, but it comes to the cost of the price. Since you need to pay your gas fees, and on different blockchains, a different price. Sometimes it's costed, sometimes it's not. How we approach it, we're using a combination of off-chain and on-chain technology, which is, in my opinion, the best way to approach anything, where you need to balance between cost of action and security. So basically, it's we taking everything what is essential and critical for security on the blockchain side, and everything what can be run on the servers and off-chain side, this is on off-chain side. In this way, we also taking off, let's say, operational price from users, since they need to pay less gas fees and in less places on our project.
All right, fantastic. So this is important for somebody looking at a project like this, because few things would definitely be in mind is because it's completely financial assets driven, and then you are basically asking people to invest into the project for different reasons. So security is paramount. So I see that the measures are good. And of course, I'm sure that when the audits are done, you're going to anyways uh, put it on the public platforms, right? So that they would be as able to look at it, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Right. So I think this has been a good introduction to the project, and I'm sure you're on social. So in case our listeners are interested to know more about the project, please feel free to reach us out, or you can reach Vlad directly on LinkedIn too. And
Right.
what we will do is we'll share the white paper. If it's okay with you, Vlad, we'll put it on the show notes so that people can download the white paper and have a look and
Of
some more
course,
details of the
if
project.
it wasn't okay with me, then everything what I said it was a lie. So yes, totally okay.
Well,
Good
I'm being
point, Vlad.
open
Good
in
point. Very
asking you
good
that
one.
question. All right, great. So once again, a very enlightening discussion, and
Great.
I definitely see this as a very exciting project and a lot of prospects in the future. All right, so I think with that said, I'd probably like to end the discussion here. Just we've reached the top of the time here. So thank you very much for your participation today, Vlad. And we look up to having many discussions about the project and wish all the success for this. All right. Thank you
Thank
again.
you. And thank
All
you
right. And
for everyone here for inviting and actually discussing such an interesting topics. It's always interesting to discuss this and explain the idea, especially about the whole direction of renewable energy and how RWA can benefit from it, and especially how gamification itself can make our way to all these, let's say, old-fashioned and high entry point businesses for big guys, very easy for just day-to-day crypto investors. So thank you, everyone, and thank you for your attention. I was happy to be
Vlad,
here.
that was, it's me who thank you because this was the most exciting podcast we've had so far. Enlightening, really. I see amazing perspective for the future. So looking forward to exchanging more and more insights in the future with you, with Nord, with the team. So this was a great one indeed. I think also Sammy shared the same vision. So thanks a lot. Thanks so much for being with us today. Looking for more
Thank you.
interaction in the future.
Thank you, Vlad.
and
We appreciate your time.
all right, great. So again, thank you so much for to our listeners as well. And we will be coming up with such amazing discussions in the future as well. And as mentioned, please look at our show notes for more information on the project. And we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a great day ahead and take care. Bye,
Take care.
guys.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.